Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Funday with Paul and Judy.
It's going to be a good day. We had the countdown on time.
Hope you're doing well and hope you've had a really good weekend. Cheers. To
Cheers.
you.
Happy Sunday Funday.
Happy Sunday Funday. Yes. We're going to have fun today. And, just like little announcements here and there and what's coming up, what we've been doing, all kinds of fun things. And then we also want to talk about you because that's our favorite part of the show.
And we need to know where you are watching from.
Yes.
Can you hear us? Can you see us?
At some point, we're going to stop asking you that question. But until we see that first name come through and that first city and state, we always just want to make sure that we're coming through loud and clear. So if you are, and as you are tuning in to watch the show, I wanted to let you know that if you happen to have missed last week's show, it was really worth watching. And we had Nick Chavez on as our special guest. And he was just such a delight and such an inspiration.
It was definitely inspiring.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And everybody who watched it said as much and wished him well. And he's doing just great. And it's just so nice to be back in touch with an old friend.
I honestly think that was the first time ever where we had a guest and within 5 minutes, everyone said, you have to have him on again.
That's true. And I need to talk to him about that because I think it would really be a lot of fun. Whether it becomes once a month or it becomes a podcast of sorts, I'm not sure. But hi, Aaron. Thank you for joining us today. Glad to see your name come through. And another familiar name. Hi, Chris Alexander. Nice to see you.
I would also like to hear from somebody from, I guess, Massachusetts. Wasn't Uncle Dave telling us it was snowing like the other day?
Yes.
Yesterday or the day before?
So not only tell us from where you're watching, but what's the weather like? And are you going through some crazy times?
You can see the weather's horrible here as usual in the Tampa Bay area.
What are you going to do? Wear sleeveless shirts and turn on the fans.
Yes, we do have the fans on.
Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you're joining us today. Sherry, happy Sunday Funday to you as well. And another Sherry from Indiana. How are things up there in Indiana?
Yeah,
Are you have snow too, or is this just a isolated incident in Massachusetts where my Uncle Dave lives?
Isn't it almost May?
And Vermont. I wonder what's going up in Vermont and New Hampshire as well, and Maine. Well, that said, keep those comments coming in. Keep saying hi. We love to see your names come through. Sometimes they come through so fast and furious I can't keep up. But what do you want to talk about first? Hi, Glenna.
First, let's talk about. Well, we won't talk about Brie Day because that's been on my mind. I'm already halfway set up for our Brie Day.
Oh, well, should I show them what you mean by that?
Yes.
Oh,
I forgot you had something to show.
Okay. Well, you know what Sunday Funday means to us in addition to spending time with you guys, right?
Right.
It means this.
Yes.
It means Brie.
Baked Brie.
So we call it Sunday Brie Day. And these are all the things we serve with it. It's almost like we're having a cocktail party serving Brie with brown sugar and walnuts and peanuts and crackers and gluten-free crackers and chips and pretzels. Oh, and I love that you always cut up the apples.
Fuji apple slices.
Our Fuji apples. We also have a variety of salami. So you want to have your mouthwash handy the next day.
Pineapple preserves.
Yes, Brie being served at the table. And of course, it wouldn't be Sunday Brie Day without a good red wine.
Would you like to know what the red selections are for the day?
I would. Tell us. Share with the class.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do two of my favorite budget wines that are spectacular. I shouldn't even call them budget wines.
Yeah, maybe you should watch this show with a pen and paper so you can write some of these names down.
These are wines that are phenomenal at any price. Okay. If I told you they were a $150 bottle, you said, yeah, it's really good. If I told
you'd say it was worth it.
If I told you it's under $15, you'd say, you're out of your mind. It can't be. It can't be. So one's called Aviary. And that is a vineyard out of California. And we first discovered it, I forgot about this, during the New Orleans Wine and Food Experience, as they call it, no fee.
Yes.
In 2015, 2016. And then we rediscovered it in our local store. And it's amazing. It's like 95 points in 2015.
Wow.
And still, though, I think we're up to the 18s, and they're still great.
Wow.
And so that's going to be selection number one. And our new best find is I think it's out of Argentina, but it's a Malbec called Ecocentric.
I like it.
Not ego, Ecocentric.
I like it.
It's 90 points, and it's normally $9.99, I think.
Wow.
But I had a 20% off coupon.
We love our coupons.
But it is a great wine at any price, again. And then, of course, our Brie.
Yes, and of course, can't do it without the Brie. Could, but it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. Glenn, I saw your Brie Fiesta come through, and it reminds me, I hope that your sister is watching today too, because I wanted to do a little salute to her. Okay. She has inspired me, and I think that this is going to be the next recipe we do. Oh. And LaDawn has a blog called Loving Life and Living Yeast Free, and it is definitely worth checking out. If you get the opportunity to go onto her blog, she recommends great books to read. And she also recommends wonderful recipes. Ah, here she is. Speak of the devil. Hi, LaDawn. So I'm really curious. This looks so good. And of course, this is one of the steps along the way. You don't see any pasta in this yet. But this is right out of the oven. Those are cherry tomatoes around a block of feta. So I think that would be really fun to be able to do. And of course, we'll take pictures along the way as well. We
had leftovers the other night of our gluten-free lasagna.
Yes, and it freezes really well, so we have a lot of leftovers.
Judy was reminding me that I threatened the next time we make it to do bacon in there, and she wanted me to put it on top, and I thought that would cheapen it, so we're gonna we'll have the leftovers as is, and then we're gonna do a bacon monstrosity one time.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be too much bacon, said no one ever. Hi, Jane. Good morning, and happy Sunday Funday.
Yes.
So we have to do our signs of all kinds.
Okay.
It's a sign of one kind.
Because we only have one today? I've been slacking.
But it's still a fun one.
I love this. That is my kind of soup. The soup of the day.
Absolutely. And there's Glenna. She said the pasta feta dish is delicious. They cook together, so they have such a good time, those two sisters. And this was, of course, attributed to Glenna. Glenna, I just want to know if you you might have a problem we need to talk about, because this was your contribution last week.
It's all about alcohol. You know, this
just checking.
No, I don't want to have an intervention. I just want to join in.
That's right. You know us. We love it. So keep those signs coming. Actually, hi, Sissy. Sissy contributed another sign of all kind too, but we had run it previously on another Sunday Funday show. So thank you for the contribution. It was still a good one, definitely, just the same.
You know,
so
would
keep those coming, whatever you
find.
Would
be fine. Definitely fun.
Fun, okay.
If we did
another segment.
Well, no, at some point we could do like a live 10 or 15-minute tasting.
Oh.
Like a wine tasting or a whiskey tasting or whatever they want.
Oh.
And we could get their
test it for them.
We will tell them.
Tell them ahead of time.
What to get if you could get it.
Guys, go get it.
And then we could talk about the notes that we.
Oh, that's a great idea. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
And then as we're doing it, and you're tasting along with us, we show your comments and your opinions as compared with how we feel. I like it. What do you think?
I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be very fun. So let's see, what else do we have?
Here's what we have.
Oh, okay.
We have something very, very big announcement. I don't know any of you who have, you know, I know with COVID and everybody was exercising indoors.
Yes.
And a lot of those really big, expensive bikes, $2,000, you know, $1,900, and it's helped a lot of people. Judy is going to be representing a very, very well-made spin bike. And I was amazed at how well this was put together. And it has the most comfortable seat in the history of mankind.
Actually, this seat, Paul has bike seat envy because we have been outdoors biking since the weather has been so good. And he actually came home and he said, I am so tempted to go upstairs and rip that seat off your bike.
So I actually spent like a lot of money, almost as much as her spin bike.
The whole bike.
To get a new saddle for my bike, and I got the little saddlebag too. But
yep.
Anyway, I'm stealing all of your thunder.
Yep.
But talk about when it's going to be, because this is an amazing product at an amazing price.
Yes. Well, the good news is you're going to be able to see it and see the whole presentation on it. If you, and we were talking about having a notepad and a pen to write some stuff down, not only maybe the wines and whiskeys or brandies or whatever it would be fun to taste, but dates and calendars. And in fact, ironically, when I promoted the show earlier this morning, I said, so it's the start of a new week, or is it the end of last week for you? Like, where does your calendar start? Mondays or Sundays? Because I think everybody's a little different. And I actually adjusted mine because it started on a Monday as a work day type calendar. And I really wanted it to start on a Sunday because that's the beginning of my week at bar class. Yeah. So anyway, but speaking of calendars, if you have yours handy, put down Saturday night.
This coming.
Or Saturday afternoon, depending on where you live, 7 p.m. Eastern time and 4 p.m. Pacific time. This is when I'm going to launch this product on HSN. So if you know where HSN is on your dial and you can set your timer or even DVR it, you'll be able to see this really, really great opportunity. And it's so funny, you know, I was talking to the supplier of the machine and I said, you know, what's so funny is we've been like, there's nothing new under the sun, right? We've known about stationary bikes forever and a day. And our parents probably had stationary bikes, but they've evolved so much, and the evolution of the stationary bike becoming the spin bike, and even the new things, the bells and whistles that they've added that have made it whisper quiet, great comfortable seat, trainers and apps that you can sign up for. And there's an app that comes with this for free for 6 months.
That's amazing.
So, and it's so motivating. I got up this morning, Paul said, who do you know who gets up and spins on a bike for half an hour and then goes to bar class? I'm like, well, me, because I'm addicted to this thing. I really love it.
It's funny because, you know, with that app, you not only have an instructor that's going to motivate you.
Very motivating.
But
you don't want to let them down.
Judy was riding around Paris, which is saving me a fortune from us taking a trip to Paris.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
it's another good selling point.
But anyway, I was really impressed with how well made this. Yeah, and for what the price is. I'm not going to tell you the price, but it's crazy.
Yes, LaDon's put it on her calendar. Good. Oh, thanks, Maricela. I have to put her comment back up again. Is keeping busy and doing things. Yes, absolutely. It's one of those things that even if you haven't thought about it, you need to see the presentation and think about it. Or if you have been considering getting one of those spin bikes, you and your partner or you and your roommate, and you don't have a lot of space, or you don't have $3,000 that you want to devote to this right now, but you're thinking, I'd love to give this a test drive. This is the time to try it.
Yeah, because it isn't $3,000.
No,
and by the way, some of those other
it's under $500
subscriptions that they have with those other ones are $39 a month.
But you know what, though? Let's say that you did want to spend that money for a subscription. I do that all the time.
We need to get her a prescription.
But you can actually sign up for one of those subscriptions and do that on this bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't have to have a specific app. You can do any app you want to, and you're just dialing in your resistance levels a little bit differently than they are on their bike. So yeah, so the opportunities here are really, really fun. I hope you will be watching, Gail. It's really intriguing, and I think it might inspire you. And you know, it's so funny. The other part of it is, I started thinking, especially on the heels of last weekend, talking to Nick Chavez and his whole attitude and demeanor about being so grateful and taking better care of himself and realizing that can all be gone like that. I started to think a lot of us were not only affected by his terrific interview, but we've all been going through very similar things. Our outlook is different. Our attitudes have been down. Our mental state has been sort of under the weather, if you will. And I find that when I get on this thing, the outlook, really, there is really something to that. Perhaps it's the endorphins. Perhaps it's just, I'm really proud of myself for getting that 35 minutes of cardio in. But whatever it happens to be, that may be something that'll help you.
I mean, not to belabor the point, but it's also a good looking piece of equipment.
You know what I mean? I said to Paul, this is going to stay in our living room, so get used to it.
It's not bothering me. It's just to the left of the TV, because you can use, you know, your smart TV to do some of those things.
You can actually put it up on your smart TV, and I love that. Yeah, and it looks like we're, you know, fit. Oh, you have a spin bike. Why, yes. Yes, it does. Absolutely does. So that's well said. You know, speaking of exercise, Glenna, I'm going to take advantage of the segue.
Okay.
Okay. So I have a video coming out tomorrow morning, and it does pertain to Get Fit with Judy. So let me show you where you can find it. If you haven't found my YouTube channel yet, this is what it looks like. And when you get to the videos tab at the top, you'll see on the top left-hand side, I circled last week's interview with Nick Chavez.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want people who are only YouTubers to be able to see those shows as well. Because there were so many people who were so happy to see that I thought, I've got to share it with more people. But tomorrow, if you go to the playlist section, which is the next tab over, look under Get Fit with Judy. And if you click on that, you'll also be able to go to the very top video, which tomorrow is questions and answers to your fitness concerns. So this is what the little thumbnail looks like. I did it from another bedroom because I thought, you know what? If you're in your bedroom and you want to know how to do some of these things, you have a footboard, you have a bureau, you can lean on it, do this with me. And even if I don't answer your question.
Thumbnail. I can see you coming and going.
That's right. So you can see the back motions and you can see the front motions. But the cool thing about this video is I actually took 6 different questions. And Sissy, if you're still watching, you're on this video. You're mentioned anyway.
Okay.
I think there's a Nancy who had a question. There's a Sue who had a question. Sissy had a question. Rose had a question. Jane had a question. Jane, you're on the video too. But the interesting thing about this is I think it's going to be more universal than just those 6 questions because people can relate to the same issues.
A lot of people have the same questions. And I've been surprised at that segment on my channel as well.
You inspired me to do it.
They're among the top performers because I think that a lot of us have the same questions, whether it's about working out or whether it's about gemstones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a great thing. I encourage you to continue
to do more of them. Yeah. Well, what I did in the video, hi Jane, you're the Jane that's on the video tomorrow, so be sure to watch. I answer your question, and then I encourage those who have other questions to make comments on the underneath the video, and then I'll accumulate them and do another Q&A for you in the future. So that's what's coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and 7 a.m. Pacific Time on my YouTube channel.
I love it.
So how would you like to talk about yours that you just uploaded
yesterday? Just did. I had a lot of questions. You know, we got so bogged down with the garnets. There were so many to go. It was like 2 months of garnets. Yes.
No, it's a great gemstone.
No,
Don't get me wrong.
And they all did very well. But a lot of you were asking about fluorite. And I didn't make a promo for you, but it was really an interesting lesson because not only is it one of the most colorful minerals in the entire planet, but I got into but should you wear it as jewelry or should it just be a collector's stone?
Okay.
Because there's some challenges with it, but I cover all of that in the lessons. And there's my YouTube channel.
Yes.
And we had a milestone surpass.
Yeah. So that, by the way, is the video that you can watch that was just uploaded this weekend. Yep. And actually, it's funny, when I looked at it, the thumbnail, I said, that looks like rock candy. It's a very colorful thumbnail.
Yeah, because it has so many colors. You know, pure fluorite is actually colorless, but depending on the trace elements, you get all of those different colors.
Yes, exactly. Joshua says, great timing on the fluorite lesson. My color change fluorite ring came in the mail yesterday.
How about that? Yeah, I talk about color change fluorite as well.
Very cool. So, and then this was Paul's milestone.
1,400. I only beg for them on every video.
On every
subscribers. And no, I want to thank it because still, and I say it every time because people think, oh, subscription, how much does that cost?
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
It's free.
It's free.
But we appreciate it when you do subscribe because it allows us to do more of the videos.
Absolutely. Yes. And Karen had written in at that moment to say, I would love to know where I can buy exercise bands and shoes. And I just want you to know that if you go to either my Instagram page, if you have the Instagram app on your phone, you can just click on the app and then type in Judy Crowell Style. It's the same handle, if you will, as I have on Facebook. And then in the paragraph on that home page, there's a little blue URL address called Linktree. And if you click on that, there are the exercise shows you where you can buy the exercise bands, and it shows you where you can buy the yoga socks that I wear in all my videos.
She lives in them.
I just ordered 4 more pairs.
I'm telling you, every day. And not only when she's exercising, but walking around on either our tile or hardwood stairs,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to slip.
Right, because they have those nice non-slippery nubs. So it's good to be able to wear them. And they're very, very comfortable. Oh, Glenna, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I'd like to thank everyone individually. Let me get the list.
Yeah, the thing is, we actually can't even see who does the subscribing. We just see the numbers go up. But that's always fun and always
and
very satisfying.
Keep those questions coming for Gems too. I really love them, and there's some really great questions you guys come up with. I'm behind in answering them, so if you haven't seen yours answered yet, I will get to it.
That's the thing. I think sometimes we like to accumulate some and then put kind of a video together so you can watch a whole bunch of different things and get a whole bunch of different answers. So nice to be able to stay in touch. And the more that you contribute, the more things we have a chance to cover and the more we know what you want to hear. So a Facebooker. Yep. Got it. So we appreciate your being here today and watching and contributing, and we'll work on that idea of maybe some drinks to try and even some mixed things to try. And if we do that, we'll say, okay, have this handy, this handy, this handy, and then we'll just we'll start playing bartender.
Now, I'm wondering about, what's happening on, it's not next Sunday, or is it the next Sunday, Mother's Day?
I don't know what's happening. No, Mother's Day is the 9th of May. So that's in 3 weekends. But I wanted to let you know something to anticipate, and we're trying to work out which weekend it's going to be. And I haven't even told Paul this, but Dimitri James has agreed to be our guest on Sunday Funday.
Are we going to have a jacket competition?
I think maybe we should.
It's on.
I think I'll win.
It's on. Are you involved?
No, my jackets aren't crazy, but I do have some jackets. So if we're going to have a jacket off, I think I need to at least start with one on. I
think that we will have to have in every 10 or 15-minute segment a switch of jackets.
That's a good idea. I'll let him know when we figure out whatever that weekend is going to be. And of course, I'll let you guys know.
And we'll let the audience vote
on who wins. Who wins which round?
And different categories, like the most obnoxious, which I have some of those.
Yes. Well, we get it. But
That's good. He is a bundle of fun.
I have to approve them all. Won't that be fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I know.
I donated a lot of jackets recently.
Yeah, you did, unfortunately. You still have enough, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you still have enough to maybe win. And if we have to go somewhere and borrow somebody else's jacket, that would just be really fun.
No, listen.
I know some good guy friends.
I'm not expecting to win. He has certain ones that are almost like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yes, he does.
And we wear the same size, which is ironic.
Yeah, I know. That is funny. Well, that was why it was so much fun when you were on Evine to go out there and make fun of him and come out with one of his jackets on that you grabbed from the green room.
Yeah, talk about someone with endless energy.
Oh, yeah, I know. So your suggestions have been very helpful in that regard, too, because we had a suggestion from one of you who mentioned Nick Chavez. And then somebody else, actually, you know who mentioned Dimitri was Connie Craig Carroll. When we had her as a guest, she said, you know who would be a great guest for your show? And she and he are really, really good friends. So maybe she tweaked him a little bit.
Well, you know what?
You have to do this show with Paul and Judy.
He started, I think, on that shop in Tennessee or whatever it was.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Way back, before ever HSN or
Evine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, a lot of people did. We've all been around and around and around. So don't forget Saturday night
will be fun.
7 Eastern time. That'll be live. And then we'll be on with you the day after on Sunday Funday to talk all about it.
What we'll do is we'll figure out the wine tasting thing, but we'll do it when we don't have a guest.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll be our guests, as you are every weekend. And we appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks for joining us.
And LaDon and Glenna.
For your contributions.
And Brie Day. I think that they participate in Brie Day sometimes.
Yep, they do. See you next weekend.
Bye.